Presenting the Ford LTD, a clean, comfortable family sedan with an earth-shattering 427. We really like unusual muscle cars here at Muscle Car of the Week, and there are a whole bunch of them in the Brothers collection. And this week, we're taking a look at a 1967 Ford LTD XL, which is normally a luxury car, but this one was ordered special with a 427 dual quad R-code V8. This 1967 Ford LTD was ordered new by a gentleman who specified that dual quad 427 R-code V8 and the 4-speed. And we know this because the car came with some pretty significant documentation. We actually have a copy of the original sales receipt and some of the build sheets and other paperwork that tell the story of how this car came to be. Every time I open the hood of a car that's got an R-code dual quad high compression 427 under the hood, I get the feeling that there should be a race car wrapped all around this thing. But to see this in a luxury-equipped, understated LTD is really kind of mind-bending. It was ordered new on April 8th of 1967 at Scotty Moffett Ford, which was in Carpinteria, California, by a gentleman named William Grettenberger. And apparently he traded in a 1965 Mercury and ordered up this car as we see it here. The options that he specified were the 427 high-performance R-code V8, and that's a 425 horsepower engine with two 4-barrel carburetors on it, and it's backed by a 4-speed transmission. And one thing that's pretty cool about it is this thing carried a whopping 3-month or 4,000-mile warranty. So Ford knew, this car was going to get abused. This car was ordered with a black formal vinyl roof. He special ordered the twin comfort lounge seat, which is kind of a split bench, cushy, comfortable seat, and that was a $116 upgrade. It has a stereosonic tape system from the factory with an AM radio and a tinted windshield. And when you add this whole thing up, the price before tax was just shy of $5,000. And we think this was a West Coast car pretty much its whole life. From what we can tell, Grettenberger owned it for a long time. And the interesting thing about these cars on the West is that the salty air tends to, start to corrode these things from the top down, whereas a car from the Midwest or the East Coast, they rust from the bottom up. So it was pretty well preserved, and it has been restored. And when the guys who did the restoration on the car obtained it, they said it was a very clean car. It had a little rust around the rear window and a few spots here and there, but for the most part, everything on this car was in pretty good shape. Now, as you can imagine, R-code 4-speed 427 LTDs are pretty rare birds. And in this case, they think there was maybe 4 of these things built. There was one 4-door 427 car built, 3 2-door hardtops, and this is the only one that was ordered in lime gold, and it's quite possibly the only 2-door known to exist today. So it's really cool that it's been found and it's been restored. The restoration shop also reported that one of the cylinder heads had been changed, but it's the original engine and the original transmission, and everything under the hood is correct today. Now, these R-code cars are often defined as being fairly temperamental. Trying to start a dual quad 427 on a cold day could be a little bit of a challenge. They required periodic valve adjustments, but the original owner of this car was stockpiling parts. In fact, it came with 12 extra fuel pumps and something like 40 different sets of ignition points, because he knew you had to do some extra work to keep one of these cars happy. It's got a 350 open rear gear, and that's what all these cars came with. So when you get on the gas, it leaves one burnout mark and not 2. But it's a mostly all original car, and it's really cool that it's been preserved. It's interesting to note that one of the hardest parts on this car to restore was the steering wheel. Nobody could find one of these wheels laying around that was nice enough to just put on the car. So the crew that restored it actually had to cast a mold and make new ones. This medium green exterior with the black vinyl top might not have caused a big stir in the local parking lots, but here at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals, people can't seem to get enough of this car. You can see more of it on our website at musclecaroftheweek.com, and check out the Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll never miss an episode of Muscle Car of the Week.